Hi everybody and welcome to Movie News and Trailers, episode 16.
Yeah.
On Culture Crusaders, my name is Romero.
My name is Gabriel.
And here every Monday, we give you the latest news in the movie universe. And we watch trailers and we talk about them for you. So, you know what's going on. We keep you updated. We're going to start off with the news. That's usually how it goes. Got 3 new bits of news for you today. First up, Chris Pine will play Wonder Woman Steve Trevor. So basically, Chris Pine is gonna play. He's like the head of. He's assigned to take care of her and make sure she doesn't do something crazy, right? By the U.S. military, and in the comics they always fall in love and stuff. So Chris Pine's gonna play him, so he's gonna have a pretty big role probably because he's a pretty big actor. And Steve Trevor has a big role as it is, but you know those type of characters are pretty easy to diminish their roles in films, you know.
What do you mean by diminish? Just make them
a human supporting character is I feel like they're easy to overlook, you know.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on the dynamic of the character and the Marvel.
And the Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman's dynamic is super important, but I feel like in a film it'd be easy to be like, yeah, let's try to show how important he is, but with 10 minutes of screen time, you know, 15 minutes of screen time. But since it's Chris Pine, pretty big actor, hopefully
they'll probably give him a lot more than that.
Yeah,
they'll probably make him a little bit more important.
Yeah, no, I feel like they will too.
But I think there's a capacity to. If it was anybody else, I think it would have. Not been. He would have not been important. But.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for that. Next up, we got word of what? Not we. Not us. People got word of what Christopher Nolan's next film is gonna be. And it's probably not what you were gonna expect. It's a documentary on stop motion film, and supposedly the film is gonna be titled Quay, and it pays tribute to some of Nolan's favorite filmmakers and provides a look into their inner workings of the brother studio. And
that's kind of really cool.
It is. It's cool. It sounds like a passion project.
Definitely.
So hopefully it'll be pretty cool. Sure it'll be interesting, but not really what I wanted. You know?
I mean, I think it's I think it's awesome, but because how many people know about stop motion, animation and the workings that goes into it, and how much it's changed the film industry and animation in general. But I think it's cool, but like you said, it's probably not what most people expected from.
Definitely, it's a cool idea, and it's I'm gonna watch it, and it sounds like a great idea. It just sucks that this is
what he chose
right from Interstellar to this.
Yeah,
it's God.
Definitely on the downer compared to that. I can see.
Yeah, so I don't know when it's supposed to be released. I don't know anything really about it so far. We'll just keep you updated on that. And last but not least, Netflix has added 2 more original shows, which they have a bunch of original shows, but what's different about these is that these 2 shows are Spanish.
Yes.
They're
Spanish. They're in the Spanish language.
They're Spanish novellas.
Yeah. I don't know. They're not novellas. Not at all. Don't say that.
I'm just joking.
But they seem really cool. One of them's satirical in nature, according to an article that I read, and it's about a football club that is being separated, I think, among siblings. They're trying to find a new owner after the original owner died. And then the other one is based off of the drug lord Escobar, and I know there's another film or a movie I think that's coming out that's about Escobar as well. I think 2. I don't know. But those are what they're about, and it looks really. I think it's cool that Netflix is expanding its audience. I think that's really cool.
Well, like even before they announced this, they have like a few. I noticed they have a few like Mexican shows on there, and like that's where it kind of started, you know. Like I think they have this one show called El Chavo. I just remember my grandma used to watch it all the time, so that's where it started. And I'm sure they have a pretty big following in Mexico, and so it's cool to see. I wonder if they'll do like other
races
like,
or
yeah, like
other races,
like
other languages.
A Bollywood style,
Maybe.
or an Australian show. Probably ban it.
Oh God, that would be terrible.
They'd probably ban it. Australia bans everything.
Is that it?
Yeah. El Chapulín Colorado. That was a weird show, man. It's about a 6-year-old man wearing a red tight suit.
It's not.
My grandma
I
loved
hope
it.
those originals are nothing like that show. But I think that's it for news.
Yeah.
There isn't much to talk about.
Slow news week.
Most of the news is just
Speculation.
very speculative, and we didn't really want to talk about rumors.
And
so-
self-reporting.
I think honestly they just made shit up to be quite
Really?
frank. Yeah, I mean like
Probably. We don't do that here.
no, I'm sure they didn't make anything up. I feel like we don't. I'm not accusing any of them.
I am.
All right, but yeah, no, that's it for news.
Let's go to trailers.
Yep. Okay, so for trailers, we have 3 new trailers. The first one that we're going to be talking about is Free Held, and that is a movie that took place in 2005, and it is about a former police lieutenant who got cancer and wants to give her health benefits or her life insurance to her partner, her domestic partner. So she's lesbian, and it is played by Julianne Moore is the main character, and it's based off of Laurel Hester, and that's the main character. The movie's based off of true events, and it is Julianne Moore and Ellen Page, Steve Carell, and what's the other? Michael Shannon. Yes. So those are the main 4 people.
Great cast.
It looks fantastic. The dynamic is going to be really interesting to see between Steve Carell, Michael Shannon. I feel like Michael Shannon only plays like serious roles, like super, like stern roles. And this one is going to be like that again, but to have that Steve Carell in there, and I don't want to stereotype Steve Carell into being, like comedic actor.
No.
He wasn't in Foxcatcher. But anyways, it is directed by Peter Solet, or Solette, I don't know how to say your name, sorry. And he did Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and then 2 other indie films that no one's gonna know. So he did Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, which was a really cool film, funny film. And the writer is Ron Swanner, and he did Philadelphia, which is also another, I don't want to say gay movie, I haven't seen it, or a gay lesbian LGBTQ film, but it's about AIDS and a lawyer defending somebody who had AIDS and was released or fired from a job, but that's besides the point. What did you think of the trailer?
The cast looked like it's gonna be really good. But the trailer didn't get me super hyped.
Why?
I don't know. It didn't get me that excited for it. I want to talk more about the issue is super important, right? And the fact that it's an LGBT, right? Did I say that right?
LGBT.
Yeah.
Q. I mean, I would add Q, but
issue in like Ellen Page is a lead and she's openly gay now, and like that's great and all, but I'm talking about as simply as a film, it just didn't really get me that excited, you know. I don't know, the plot seemed kind of, I'm trying to think of what movie it reminded me of, and I can't. It's like one of those films where I'm like, yeah, like I know that's gonna be probably pretty good, but like I don't know if I'm not like super stoked to go see it, you know?
Okay.
I mean that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I'm super excited to watch to see the film, specifically because I love Julianne Moore and then Ellen Page, and then together in a loving lesbian relationship is going to be fantastic. And then Steve Carell is gay. He's a gay Jewish rabbi. Ooh, I think that's the right term. So I'm super excited about it. It's a hot issue. I mean, it doesn't really have any relevance now. I mean, it still does, but you know what I mean? Like, it's, and I don't know if that plays a part in your reluctance to see the movie, or
what?
I don't know. I feel like this movie kind of just missed its
Mark.
and yeah, just by a little bit, just because it's no longer. I mean, it's still a relevant topic.
Yeah.
But it's past that hurdle socially now, and I don't know if that's dumbed down the significance of the movie.
I don't think it has. I
don't know. It's. I feel like historical pieces are really hard to do. Just because when you see that based off of true events, or, you know, I feel like that makes a lot of people kind of just like, ugh, okay, well, turn their heads and, you know, not look at it as if it were just an original story. That's what I just get the feeling from, like, when I see those trailers and I see based off of true events, or from, you know, based off of a true story or something like that. Most of the time I'm just like, oh my god, here we go, yeah. You know, like, I don't know if that's something that has to do with it. I'm just excited from an acting standpoint, like a purely acting standpoint. Like, this is gonna be a fantastic film. Content, I'm sure gonna be excited. You know, I loved Milk. I
think I was literally thinking of like Milk. I'm like, this movie is probably gonna be pretty good. Like, but I never really got around to seeing it.
Milk was a fantastic movie.
I'm sure it was.
And I think the trailer was probably just as was very similar to
so you see how the movies,
but they're both fantastic films.
I'm sure this one's gonna be
and
great.
Pride was another good film. That's an English-based film, and it was based off of true events, and it was another fantastic film. But again, the trailers, I mean, they kind of go off the same vibe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are you gonna do? But go watch the trailer. I wanna know what you guys think about it, and see if you get the same vibes that we do from watching trailers. And I want you to focus on what your thoughts are when those letters come up based on true events, because I think that really kind of hurts the story. I think that should be put at the very end.
Just don't even mention it.
Yeah, just don't even mention it. I feel like, whatever. Okay, so the next trailer that we're going to be talking about is The Night Before, and this one seems hilarious. It is about three best friends that had a tradition for a very long time because one of their best friend's parents died, and they can no longer continue this tradition because they're all growing apart naturally.
The tradition is that every Christmas Eve they go out and they just get fucked up.
Yeah, they just do shit.
Yeah.
They do crazy shit. So they're growing apart naturally, just like every grown-up, you know, adult does. And the three friends are Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anthony Mackie. Is it Mackie or McKee?
I think it's Mackie.
Mackie, and they play Ethan, Isaac, and Chris. Those are the three best friends, and it's focused around them. And I don't know how, and they just get into shit. I think that's the best.
It just looks like their night is just pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
And it looks so funny. I don't know why, it just looks so funny to me.
Yeah. No, it looks funny. It looks funny. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's just that it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen, which they were great together in 50-50. Did you ever watch that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So them two together.
I don't know how Anthony
awesome.
Mackie's gonna be though. I'm really excited for Jillian Bell.
Oh, from Workaholics.
Yes, I hope she has a bigger role in the film.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. Okay.
Sorry, Jillian Bell, she's hilarious, and I hope she has a bigger role in this film than what it looked like in the trailer. Mm-hmm. But I don't think she will. So
yeah, it just looks real funny. Do you have who wrote it or?
Oh yeah, a lot of people wrote it. Directed by Jonathan Levine, sorry, and he did 50-50, Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies was pretty good.
I think I saw a little bit of it, but those two.
50-50 was great.
50-50.
And that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. I mean, the ones that you're gonna know off the top of your head. So that's the director. And there are many screenplay writers that are part of it. Evan Goldberg, Kyle Hunter, Jonathan Levine, and Ariel Schaffer.
Evan Goldberg's a great screenwriter.
Evan Goldberg, he has done Pineapple Express, Superbad, The Interview, This Is the End.
Yeah.
So he's well versed in his Seth Rogen comedy. I think I honestly think it's taken up its own like genre.
Yeah.
I would want to say that would be very appropriate to say it's like a subgenre in comedy. And I want to try to figure out a name for it, but it's definitely taken a life of its own.
It's one of my favorite genres. It's so good.
It's like it's dry,
but vulgar,
but very
but kind of immature.
Yes. It's this weird a culmination of different types of humor. It's like everyday, like real life humor.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's just real life humor. It's dry because everyone's mostly sarcastic for the most part.
Yeah.
At least everyone that I know has their sarcastic points. It's vulgar.
You know what it is, too?
What?
Is that the characters in most of these films are inherently goofy and yet somewhat like innocent. Like think about like Pineapple Express, like James Franco's character. He's so since he's so sincere sometimes that it's like hilarious, you know? Where he's like, oh, you're like my best friend's my drug dealer, you know, like just stuff like that, like the way they are together, and like it's just so funny. Like they're just goofy together as well.
I don't know. I don't want to say goof. Yes, but yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to find like the right words to describe it. You know what I mean? Like it's super hard, but definitely have taken a life of its own. The other one is Kyle Hunter, and he's worked on the same films as Evan Goldberg. We already talked about, and then Ariel, the same movie. So it's pretty much Lagoon. Oh my gosh, what? Okay. So. They're all pretty much from the same like family. Yeah. They've worked on films before. They've written films before together. So they have very like minds. And I think this is going to be just one of those other movies that they hit home.
It looks real funny.
Yeah, I think they'll do a great job. I don't think it'll suffer in the box office at all.
No.
At all in any way. I think that is...
One more.
Oh, one more. Sorry. So 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi is slated to come out January 15th, 2016, so next year. And it is about the whole Benghazi incident that happened with the American Embassy. And it is directed by Michael Bay and written by Chuck Hogan and Mitchell Zuckoff. Funny names. Chuck Hogan did the adaptation, and Mitchell did the actual book. But Chuck Hogan has done The Strain, which is a show, and The Town, which is a movie. That one was starring, what's his face? The new Batman.
Christopher Nolan?
No. The actor.
Oh,
who's that new? Who's the Ben Affleck?
Oh, Ben Affleck.
Oh, Christopher Nolan is a man. Jesus. So that's what the movie's about. You can watch the trailer and it's very self-explanatory. If you don't know what happened in Benghazi, then read a fucking news article. But really though, what did you think about the trailer?
It had me excited. I actually want to see this. It felt.
If it doesn't make you want to see it, then learn how to watch movies, I guess. I don't know.
What do you mean?
It's the trailer's great. I think the trailer's interesting and like is fantastic. I'm worried about the film, but that's a different matter.
Yeah, it felt along the lines of a bigger production military movie without being like a super action film, you know?
I don't know.
Like, it didn't feel like... It felt like more like Zero Dark 30 to me. A little bit more.
I don't know. I felt... Okay, so from what I remember, Zero Dark 30 was really slow, and then it had like 5 minutes of action, and that was at the very end, or when they were, getting Osama bin Laden.
That's like 20 minutes.
And I felt like most of it wasn't that big in production.
It was a pretty big film.
Really? Like in regards to visuals and...
The director who directed it was, I forget her name, but she did Hurt Locker. She just came off of winning a Grammy. Or Grammy and Oscar.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
So
okay.
like, this movie had huge, like, a pretty big budget behind it. A big...
Okay, so when I'm talking about like looking Hollywood, I'm not talking about budget.
Okay.
You're just strictly talking about visuals. So
that's what I'm saying.
Visual effects.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it had that much visual effects.
It didn't. It was more toned down, which is what I'm saying is. It gives me that feel, but more visual, more explosions, more gunfights.
But this one.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it makes me feel kind of like that. Like I don't know.
I'm skeptical.
Maybe it's the political aspect of it. You know.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know. I'm just very skeptical. I think we were talking about this off camera, but I'm very skeptical of this movie. I think it's gonna be a fantastic movie to watch. I'm just afraid. Michael Bay. Did I say it was directed by Michael Bay?
I think so.
I think I did. Okay, so it's directed by Michael Bay, and I just feel like he's walking a very fine line. Knowing his past films and his resume, he has a large tendency to go, bigger the better. And I feel like with this material, you can't really do that. And I know that's really restrictive in regards to telling a story and making a film, but because this is a very sensitive topic still, I feel like going big or going, that whole notion of making things bigger and, better, I don't think should apply to this. And that's my only...
And I don't think, and the trailer didn't make me feel like it did.
I think it did. I think it hit it.
I think it definitely had like a more like it had a couple like shootouts and a couple explosions, which like, but it didn't feel like super over the top. It felt like a little bit like.
I'm just afraid that like they didn't put it in the trailer, but it's gonna be in the film, and then when I go watch it, that's what I'm worried about. Is like they hit it in the trailer, so it didn't seem like it's gonna be that showy. But once you actually go see it, then it's gonna be a Michael Bay film. But that's just me. I still think that the actors are gonna portray everything very well. It's starring John Krasinski, Pablo Schreiber, don't know these people, but Pablo Schreiber, Toby Stevens, David Denham, Max Martini.
I don't know. I think it's one of the first Michael Bay films that I've seen that I'm like, okay, like you got me. I want to watch this, like in a while, Most times I feel like it's too easy to see that name and be like, yeah, I'm not interested. But this one generally has me interested. That it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about the trailers. Go watch them. Again, we watched 13 Hours of Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, And then we watched The Night Before and Freeheld. All of those movies are going to be coming out in the next few months. I think the longest one that we're going to have to wait for is 13 hours, yeah. But go watch them. Let us know what you think. If you agree with anything, disagree with anything, put it in the comments below. We want to have a discussion about this, why we do these. If you want to subscribe and be notified when we upload our Wednesday episode, then do it. Push the subscribe button. If you are going to go see these movies, then push the like button. I don't know, I'm just trying to do whatever comes to my head. So anyways, just watch this shit. Like, really, that's all I want to say. Alright, well, that's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Later.
Bye.